Hi everybody, I'm Karen and this is KBH Stitches and this is my Flosstube about cross stitch. It's been a few weeks and so I'm back with just an update with some FFOs, some whips, some haul, some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. So I wanted to mention a few other Flosstubers that I had interactions with this week. The first is Linen and Scraps, and I don't know how I have missed out on them. Linen and Scraps, Kathy and Molly, they're neighbors, which is so fun. And they've been doing Flosstubes for, I think, a year or just a little bit more. Just wonderful interactions, wonderful projects, a very cool stand in the last episode. And so I don't know even how I found them, but I found them and I'm just so grateful. So if you're not watching Linen and Scraps, please start watching Linen and Scraps. The other Flosstube I wanted to mention is the Stitching Owl, also a Karen. So we have that in common, but what a kind soul. First of all, she reached out to us and checked on us while we were in Utah, which really meant the world to me. And then she also does something on her Flosstube where she sends a smile, and I am the lucky recipient of that, and she has made kind of one of my stitching dreams come true, and it's not in yet, so I'm going to save that for next time. But go watch the Stitching Owl. What I love, she takes like these big, first of all, she participates in just about every SAL she can and every challenge group she can. It's very interesting to listen to that. But she also takes these big projects. Currently, the Bake Me a Quaker SAL with the Sunshine Stitchers. It's the Rosewood Manor 1 dozen Quakers, something like that. Anyway, it's obviously a big piece, and she's doing them as individual little pieces, which I love. And also, it's Jardin Privé, but I don't know what the name of the chart is, but it's the seasonal birdhouses all along that white picket fence. And she's making those into ornaments individually. And I think that's a great idea. I might jump on board with that. But that's a lot of white stitches. So, but that would be so cute to have, little monthly pillows with that. So I might jump on board with that. But beyond that, she also has easily the most beautiful full coverage piece I've ever seen. It is Stained Glass Owl, I believe is what it's called. But it's magic. I really don't know. She's stitching it on black fabric. And it's full coverage, so you don't see that. It glows. It's so, how full coverages can sometimes get a little fuzzy and a little blurry. This is so clear, and I don't know. Go give it a look, because it's just astounding. It's just really astounding. And I believe she got to 50% completion on that too, which is amazing. Because Pearl Out Combs is not, not getting to 50 anytime soon. So anyway, please go watch Linens and Scraps and the Owl Stitcher. Also go watch everybody else. There's suddenly just so many Flosstubes, and it's so fun. I appreciate anybody who puts their stuff out there, and any way you do it. It can be all haul, it can be all whips, it can be all nonsense. I don't care. If you're doing it, I'm going to try and watch it. So thank you very much for that. And thank you to those who watch me and comment. I love your comments. I got some help with my pom-pom trims that I'm going to try. I haven't tried it yet, but I am going to try. I got some help with needles and what needle to use in my sewing machine. So I appreciate all of that. And so I know it's a really wonderful extension of my stitchy life. And so I appreciate anybody who stops by. All right, on to the stuff. So I have some FFOs this time. You'll remember last time I had finished the freebies from Whilst Iris Naps, the carrots and the bunnies. Is this the best way to do this? The carrots and the bunnies. And I finished these. This was the fabric we went to Joann's for when our car got robbed. So I actually ended up ordering this from Joann, and I ordered felt accidentally. Not felt. Fleece. I ordered fleece instead of cotton just accidentally, but it worked fine. So they match on the back. Hi. It's gonna be a day, guys. Sorry. These little carrots. Woo, those straight stitches are a little. I will recommend if you're making this into a pillow, kind of tend to those. I use interfacing on the back of my stitching, so I tend to those a little bit before you put your interfacing on. But it works. It's fine. So these cuties are in my dough bowl now. I'm throwing things. Sorry. And then I finished, this was a 2 threads a day, Hoppy Moments by Needle Treasure Nook. Look at them. I will say I stitched this on Osnaburg fabric, so it is, the design itself is supposed to be more squared up, but mine came out more rectangular because of that fabric. And then I put these cute little tulips on the back. Isn't that fun? So, this was not my best sewing job, I will say. And I thought about putting a button or something, but I don't know. It's just like that for now. So this was Hoppy Moments from Needle Treasure Nook on Etsy. And I did all the called for colors except for the carrot color. And then, I don't know if you can tell, it looks better here. This green, all this green is dried thyme. And as I was stitching it, I got a lot of the brown parts of the dried thyme as opposed to the green, and I didn't really love it, but you know what? It looks good here. So, anyway. So it called for DMC colors and then two overdyed dried thyme by General Art, and I don't remember the other one, but I didn't have it, so I just used a different color. So those are my FFOs for this week. Yeah, I'm going to run into a little bit of a problem with my FFOing, but it's okay. I'll get there. Anyway, on to, oh, I have a finish before I move on. So this little thing, I started this ages ago. This is a freebie from Ink Circles. It is called Lobster Bouquet. I don't have a picture of it, but I started this honestly years ago. And I was actually talking to a friend about the color. I stitched this in lobster claw. We were talking about lobster claw and crab cakes. And it reminded me that I had this, which was good. So I took it out and finished it up. This is 22 count Aida. And so see, it's Lobster Bouquet is what it's called. So see, you see the lobsters here. And then these guys are like squids. Anyway, it's a freebie on her website. And yes, this whole section, these two this is all one stitch over. And I'm not changing it. This is on 22 count Aida, and I'm just not. So I'll finish this into probably a pillow, but I don't have any plans for it at the moment. So it's just going to kind of be added to the pile, and we'll see what happens. But I was glad I got it back out. I had totally forgot I even had it. So small victory. And I will say, those little projects that you just put 2 threads in a day, it really does produce. So I have had a lot of success in that area. All right, on to my whips. So I'm just going to go through, as I do, kind of the way my Stitchy day works. And I start my day with my 27.5 Peacock Unicorn and a Badger. So again, I work on this 27 minutes, 5 days a week. I just set a timer and that's what I do. So I have finished this peacock, and I'm up here kind of moving this way. So you see like that little snail and bird. I'm right over here. So I finished my snail and my bird, and I got all this filled in. So I'm going to continue. This is one page. So I'm going to continue to move that page this way. And I think actually I'm going to move my hoop today. There's this leaf. It's so hard to see, sorry. This leaf, and then there's this little bird. So I'm going to move on to that little bird. So I'm going to keep going that way. And so 27 minutes, 5 days a week. It's slow progress, but it's certainly more. When I picked this up originally, I just had these little circles. So I've done all that. You know, I don't know when I did my first floss tube. I'll have to look at that. I wouldn't think I'm too far off of a year, but I'm not positive. So I'll have to look at that. I don't know when I started doing this either. I'll have to look at that. But anyway, 27.5 is how I start every day of my stitching. And then I move on to my 2 threads a day, which I've been keeping in my Winterbury case. I love this. It is definitely a treasure. And they came out with some beautiful new colors. It's like a purple and a lime green kind of color. Ooh, very pretty, very springy, very springy. Very springy. So my 2 threads a day right now, and I'll show you. So you take out the tray. This is where I have all my stitching supplies. And then I have my project in here. And my current project is, this is a freebie from Boomerang Stitches. Sorry. Boomerang Stitches, who is half of Hathaway Stitches, which is another floss tube you should be watching. I'll get to all that though. But anyway, a bird nerd. And there's another version of it that says bird herd. So this is a freebie on Boomerang Stitches. Run, don't walk, run. And there are some, I'm going to kind of switch over to that. So like I said, Boomerang Stitches, she's half of Hathaway Stitches. Watch their floss tube. Also, Julie _in stitches _ a number, I can't remember. But if you go to Julie in Stitches, you'll find it. She has a floss tube and an Instagram. She started a Sal with the hashtag bird herd nerd Sal. So that Julian Stitches hashtag is bird herd nerd Sal. And then Boomerang Stitches, Hathaway Stitches have also started the hashtag bird herd Sal. So, and then I have a hashtag called Pretty Bird Sal. So whatever, go get it, go grab it, and hashtag whatever you want to hashtag it. But anyway, look. I love this. I can't even tell you. So this has been my 2 threads a day for a week. That's a lot. That's one whole bird. Isn't that fun? Isn't it folksy and mod and springy, and it's just all of it wrapped up in one. I'm so excited. So now I'm moving on to that second bird. And I'll show you in here. Here's my colors. It's not a ton of colors, but they're so pretty. What do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 colors. So pretty. Look at those, these two, these 321 and, no, 351 and 52, those. One of them I didn't have, so I replaced, I don't remember which one. So anyway, that is my 2 threads a day. I'm just loving it. So please go support the Boomerang Stitchers. And, you know, to give out a freebie is so cool. So hashtag it, give them credit, join in the Sal. It's all DMC. I had it all available to kit up. I'm stitching on Osnaburg, so again, mine looks probably a little more elongated than anybody else's, but I'm fine with that. So, Bird Herd Sal, Bird Herd Nerd Sal, Pretty Bird Sal, join us. Anyway, it's a great stitch for like as spring is starting here. We came back from Utah to snow. So it's like finally, I think it's going to be 80 or something on Saturday. So we finally hit spring. So this is like the perfect 2 threads a day. So during my week, I do 25/7. Nope, I say it wrong every time. 27/5 first. Then I hit my 2 threads a day. And then I go on to my weekly pick whip. But other things that have come up that I'm just going to slip in here real quick. We did go on a trip to Utah, so I took my, this is from That So Calico. It's a Bitsy Go, and I love this thing. It's really, really well padded, and, whoops, I knew that was going to happen. So you have one pocket over here for all of your stuff, and then you have another pocket back here for your like pattern and stuff. And then that becomes a thread bed. You have a magnet for your scissors. Let's see. It was a trip to Utah, so we did go to the Lego store, and I got this one. Oh, I got 2. I forgot. I got 2 this time. So he's dressed as a French bulldog? I don't know. Bulldog? Something. And then on my scissors, we added the shark guy. Does anybody remember Land Shark? Land Shark. That's old time SNL. He would pretend to deliver pizza and then he'd eat the person. So that's why we had to get 2 this time. This one, my husband was like, that's Land Shark. So we got 2 this time. Anyway, the project I had in there, which I don't think I've ever shown here. Sorry. This is from, sorry, I forgot I had the pattern showing instead of the picture. This is from Poutini, and it is farm fresh eggs. And it called for a hand dyed that I had never heard of. So I got this DMC, what are these called? Coloris? I don't know. It's DMC 53, and it goes from white to black. And I'm stitching this on 32 count. Nope. Yeah. Goodness, this is a mess. 32 count Stormy Night. Sorry, this is a disaster. Anyway, whoop. So I also have another one. It's called Fresh Milk or something, and it's like a milk bottle. And then it comes with this cute little button that you put right at the top when you're done. So this is real easy on the 32 count. I stitched this in hand. So my son's procedure wasn't exceptionally long this time. And so I just stitched in hand, and it was kind of lovely. It was real, like, I don't know. I was feeling it. It felt really good. So that was my travel piece because we went to Utah. And then my piece that I have been taking to my stitching group is, again, so a lot of these are repeats. I'm sorry. We're going to get to the new stuff. Prairie Schooler, 12 Days of Christmas. And I just got my partridge going. This is on 36 count summer khaki with all the DMCs. Amazing, you know, Prairie Schoolers. They're good stuff. Good stuff, them Prairie Schoolers. So I take that to stitching one day a week. We talk more than we stitch, so anyway. All right, so then back to what I have been doing this year, which is Pick It and Whip It 24. Every Sunday, I have my son pick a bag, and I work on that whip or whips, whatever's in the bag for the week. And yeah, I am sure not going to get through all these bags in 1 year. It's definitely going to go into 2 years. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I knew I had over 100 whips, so it makes sense. I didn't know I had that many bags. But anyway, who cares? So it goes. All right, so this was pick week 13, and I showed you this last time. This is a Diddly Daddly Designs bag. And so he had just picked this for me. It's called Autumn Royalty from Lindy Stitches. It's all these fun birds with their spring haul. And I was hoping to get a finish on the count, and I did. There's Count Candy. He's kind of hard to see. That white shows up better in real life. In person. This is all real life, as wacky as it is. So I did get a finish on him, and then I started, I'm going to do Lord of Gourds next. So that was good. That's on a 40 count Fortnite Fabrics from when I was in their Fabric of the Month Club. All right, next up was week 14, and my son picked my other Bitsy Go. These are really great. These are also great for stitching because it becomes a project map real easy. I hope I didn't just show you that's okay. I didn't show up. I didn't. It was a color list. So in here, I had 2 bead and button kits. The first one is called Farmer's Market. So these are full kits from Mill Hill. They come with the perforated paper, beads. Oh, look at all the beads. Then the specialty bead. They come with all the floss. And la-di-da. And so this was in here as a whip, but I hadn't actually started, so I just went ahead and started. So that is that, it's kind of hard to see. That's that middle one that's going to say Farmer's Market. So that was the first one. And then the second one I had in here is called Family Tree. That old wagon getting the Christmas tree. Also, a huge amount of beads. Obviously, I haven't gotten to beading on either of these yet, but I made good progress on this. So I was over here working on this tree. I finished the cabin. I finished the tree on the car, and then I got all the car outline done, and like all this kind of icy stuff under the car. So basically what I have is to fill in some of this car, and then all these spots are for beads. Can you see all that? All those spots in the trees. So there's still a ton of open space. That's all beading. The hubcaps are beading. So I'm actually excited. I'm hopeful that if I get back to this one, I'm pretty close to finishing the actual like stitching on it. I mean, I still have the beading to do, but the full stitches, whenever I do a mill hill, I do all the stitching first, and then I kind of look and make sure then I try to do the back stitch, then I try to do the beading. Sometimes I have to do the beading first because the back stitch overlaps it. Anyway, nobody needed to know that. We'll get there. All right. Week number 15 is this so cute squirrel bag from Evertote. Look how cute. My son picked it. He goes, oh, squirrels. It was cute. And her bags, Caroline at Evertote, they come with a little I love that. It's matchy, but it's not matchy. Little tulle bag. And I love that. It's matchy, but not crazy matchy. All right, this one is, I'm going to have to find a picture, sorry. This is from Fergus. Stop licking. Fergus is over here licking. Hey. Sorry. This is, oh goodness gracious. From Hands Across the Sea. Oh, that's hard to see. Sorry. There are so many colors. But you get the gist. It's very bright. This is called Tom's Foolery. It's very bright. It's very dense. It's very kooky. I love it. Oops. So this is also done on a piece of Fortnite fabric from their club. And here we are. So this is 40 count. Sorry, I don't think I said that. So this is 40 count. I didn't get a ton of progress. So I worked on this border, this person, these little sheep and bird, and I'm trying to get to the house so that at least I have these little fiddly bits are 1 stitch of one color, 4 stitches of another color. And so I'm trying to get to the house so I can have breaks. Because the roof and the house are solid. So if I can have that as I go back and forth, and you really have to pay attention because all these little things in here, you can lose track of pretty quick. So I'm really trying to do everything as I go. So that is a fun piece. So these are, and I'm going to take a little side story here. These are all the colors, all DMC, very, very fun, very bright. So before I started putting everything on floss rings, these are floss away bags, and I would create these covers for them. And it's actually good for this project because there's so many small scraps that I can actually use again that I still use it. But I was looking at this, and so basically what these are, I would take postcards, or these are just index cards, and laminate them. And then I punch the holes in, and they just give it kind of a back. And I was looking at these, and these are a set of Miss Grossman stickers. So growing up, I was a sticker fiend, and I still have my sticker book. And I have this bag in it. This is a Harrods bag. And my mom, I don't know, I think I was 10 or 11. She went to Botswana to do nursing work. And on their way, they flew through London. And my mom went to Harrods and bought me some Miss Grossman stickers that I have had now for 40 years. And so these were stickers that I was like, I am never going to use these. Like, part of what I love about stickers, part of what I love about fabric, part of what I love about patterns is how they are when they are completed. So like, I knew I was never going to take this apart. So I decided, I wrote on the back that they were from my mom's stickers from Harrods. And I kind of want to keep them forever. So it was fun when I took out this floss bag. I was like, oh, those are my stickers from Harrods. So they're back in there. That's my Harrods bag, safely tucked away. Who knows what'll happen to it when I am gone, but so be it. Okay, so anyway, that was Tom's Foolery. And then this week's bag is a Quilting with Nico bag. My fun nutcrackers with the mustaches inside. Isn't that cute? I love this bag. And this is full of Satsuma Street ornaments. So you've seen this, and you've seen this recently. So, sorry. I'm not going to go through it too much. But I have finished, and I needed to move these anyway. I have finished 3 of these that I need to get fully finished. And then this is the one that I am working on. Santa Nutcracker. And I actually got a ton done on this. So this is, okay. Let me show you. These come as a full kit. This piece of paper is the actual chart. There's a piece of perforated paper in between. You get the fabric, you get the floss, you get, of course, here's one. You get the floss, you get the beads and sequins, you get a needle, you get a beading needle, you get everything to do everything. So I finished all the stitching on the Nutcracker, and now I'm doing the tree, and then I will do the beading, and I'll be done with him. So I'm hoping I'll get this one done today. And then what I have left is 3 from her 12 days series, and then 1 more of the Nutcracker series. So I think what I'm going to do next is this one. I love this. This pair, so pretty. So I think I'm going to do this one next. Then I'll come back to Drosselmeyer, and then I'll finish off my 3 French hens and my 4 calling birds. So my hope is I should be able to finish this today, and I should be able to get a pretty good chunk on this for the rest of the week. So that is week, what are we on? What is that? That is bag 16. So week 16, and this process I have really loved. I have loved, first of all, I've loved having my son be involved. That's always a gift. But also, I just am in a really good space of really getting some good work in on all these whips that I have and I love. But also just like progress on everything. It just feels really, it feels really positive in terms of my stitching kind of mojo and being able to use stitching to relax. It just feels really good. I understand that that makes for kind of repetitive Flosstubes. So I don't know what to do about that. I feel like I need to be bringing you guys like new stuff, and I don't know. So if you have any suggestions of things you might like to see, let me know. If you're okay with seeing this stuff over and over, I guess, I don't know. I think everybody kind of hits that point where you feel like you have to produce. And I feel really productive in my stitching right now. And so for me, I guess that's the more important production part right now. So I understand. I'm sorry if it's repetitive, but that's where we are. Okay, so that is my whips. I'll continue on my 27.5, my 2 threads on Bird Nerd, and then my Satsuma Street kits for this week. And then we'll keep picking and we'll just keep going. All right, so I just showed you on, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have put this in, I forgot. So on my flosses for my Bird Nerd Sal, this was a Hobbies of Holly, sorry. She has a Flosstube, and she made this suggestion. These are shower hook rings, and I have found I have binder rings that I use, 1-inch binder rings usually, that I use for my floss. And I have found that it's probably just the brand I got, but once I use them once or twice, they're tending to break. They tend to kind of get out of shape, and if I try and push them back, that little hinge has been breaking. So these are not hinged. You kind of push and pull. And she had been using these and said that she was really liking them. So I gave them a try. I ordered these off of Amazon. There's 40 in the bag, and I believe they were $8, let's say. So I'm giving those a try, and so far, really liking it. So Hobbies of Holly is another Flosstube you should be watching. She's a multi-crafter, as she puts it, and really great stuff. All right, because I ordered the carrot fabric, nothing can travel alone. And so I bought, I don't know why, but you guys, if it has a fruit or a vegetable on it, I just am like, I love it. So I got some more. These are all from Joann. I got this. I thought it would be fun for any sort of springy finish, actually. So I got that, and then I got these cute little bomb pops. I think we've had this discussion. When the ice cream man used to come around, I was a bomb pop girl. So I thought that was super fun. Hello, Not Forgotten Farm put out such a cute little Uncle Sam. He has a little pinwheel. A little, like, pinwheel. So cute. And the little Robin and Britches. Go to Not Forgotten Farm. So cute. Not Forgotten Farm, Instagram. She also has a Flosstube. Rarely, but watch them. And then she has an Etsy store. You can get hard copies or PDFs. Anyway, sorry. So I got that. And then my husband continued his tradition of wrapping my Easter presents, which were a chocolate bunny, but wrapped in this sweet bunny fabric. And then what else did I get? Oh, a funny sweatshirt wrapped in these little cute little bunnies. Isn't that cute? So I have plenty of Easter fabric. Gotta start. I'm just gonna stitch Easter for a year so that I can use up the backing fabric that he got me. Anyway, on to the next. So like I said, we did go to Utah. We were hoping it might be our last trip, but it's not. He still has some seepage, so he did need another laser treatment, and he did need more injections. Unfortunately, our surgeon is leaving, and so we're just kind of transferred to see another surgeon there. but the surgery dates change, and so it's a little bit more of a kerfuffle to go there, but we're going to go at the end of July to try and make it be over summer break so we miss a little less school. But it was nice. We went up to Park City, and I didn't even think to, well, so the first thing we did, there's a huge, tall Hyatt in the middle of Salt Lake City that my son, on one of our trips, was like, I want to stay in there. So we got a room there at the very top, and it was fabulous. That was really fun. And then, so the next day we went to Park City, and I saw it was cloudy, but I didn't really even think about it. We got there, it was full blizzard. It's just full snow, full in your face. You're trying to like walk against it. So we had to buy some hats. It was fine. It was fine. It was actually really, really lovely. We walked just up the old town kind of Park City. I don't know. You go up and there's a bunch of little shops, and then we went to the top and had a great lunch, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And so the drive back was a little hairy, but we made it. And so it was really fun. And I'm so actually glad that we saw Park City in the snow. We had gone during the summer, but it was just a totally different experience. And it was really quite nice. But the point of all this shenanigans is that my son was like, can we go to the mall? And I'm like, okay. I haven't been to a mall in a long time. It was an experience, but we found some great stuff. So we went to the Container Store, which we do not have here. I don't know why, because I could have bought almost everything in that store. But I did buy some of these. These are kind of like the zippy pouches that are on Amazon, but they're much thicker plastic. They just seem a little bit nicer. So I got some of those. I got these magnets. I'm thinking that if I just put another magnet on them, I can use them as needle minders. If not, I'll just use them as magnets. They're sushi. I'm telling you, I love a food thing. I love a whatever. And then, as a girl of an 80s, do you remember these? I used to have so many of these boxes. All different colors. You would put like puffy paint on them. So I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but it's going to be special. Because I saw that and loved it. So, yes, children of the 80s. That is like, I mean, it is the exact same. It's not even, it's the exact same. So that was our Container Store run. And I did see those little, I think they're like tool chests. They're Bisley, Bisley, B-I-S-L-E, I don't know. But, they have the red one, but we couldn't get it on the plane. But those are cool. I know a lot of people use those for like floss storage and stuff. And that was very cool. So, I think I told you last time I had forgotten to renew my Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher subscription. And I thought, well, I'm too late. I won't get this magazine, but I'll get the next for it. And she sent it to me. So happy. There are so many cute things in here. This magazine. Here's the problem. I love the patterns in this magazine. I mean, what? But I think it's making me want to be a punch needler, and I can't. I cannot be a punch needler. But if you are a punch needler and not getting this, you're nuts. It's so good. So again, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's great. All right, so then the last thing I got was I did get some haul, some Nashville haul. First of all, I have a friend in town who opened it's a needlework store. It's called Painted Tree, and it's like a big building that has all these little booths of people who open their little stores. And so she opened a needlework one, Marlene's Needlework. And so I was able to get this pattern, which I've loved forever. So that was outside of it. But then I placed a 1, 2, 3 stitch order for the things that I wanted from Nashville. So the first thing I got is from Rebel Stitcher. I love this. It says, "Let's root for each other." And it's vegetables, so that's what I got that backing fabric for. I didn't think of that now, but it counts. So I got that one. It's charted in Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts. So I'm gonna kind of, if I have those, I'll use them, but I don't recognize a lot of the names. So I'll probably just change it up. But I love that one. I love this. This is Kathy Barrick, and it's called Animals at Home, on the Farm, and in the Wild. And I plan to do this as 3 separate things. And also probably, so this is, as she does, it is charted and modeled in MPI, but she does have a DMC conversion. But I also like, so see this barn, it looked red to me, but the colors are actually brown. So I may do a little color changing, but I'm gonna make this into one, and this into one, and this into one. Just break it up a little bit, because I think those would be so cute, like as pillows that aren't necessarily seasonal. So I just noticed something. After Utah, I also got an ear infection, because apparently I have 5. And I just noticed it's way blocked up. So I hope I'm not yelling at you. If I am, sorry. I just realized that. Anyway, Kathy Barrick. Loved that one as well. And then the third pattern I got, and I'm really excited about, is the 12 monthly minis from Primrose Cottage. So this is a whole little book with all of these monthly pillows in it. It's all in DMC, and they're each 39 by 39. So they're super sweet, super small. So I bought a piece of 36 count summer khaki, and I'm gonna just pick all my flosses for these. But I'm just gonna kind of have this, I don't know, I'll probably start with, no, knowing me, I'm just gonna start at the beginning. But I thought these would be so great just to, that way I'll always have, you know, something new to put out. It's a great way to use up some of this floss that I have that I would really like to get utilized. A little, and also just kind of to try things, because they're not that huge. So if it goes awry, no big deal. So 12 monthly minis, very excited about that. I see that definitely becoming a 2 threads thing, because that would go like super fast. And then I just got some flosses for things. I don't know exactly what they're for, but they're for something. Okay, that was my 1, 2, 3 stitch haul. And now on to some Stitchy kindness I received. We had a friend in our stitching group passed away, and so I got this from her stash. And I love this. This is a Bothy Threads kit. It comes with all the floss, and it comes with the 14 count Aida that has all these splotches on there. So you're not stitching that. But look at that sweet face. I love that. So he's going into my stash. We'll see when we get to it. And then last time I was talking about the holiday hooplas. How I bought all those hoops. And I didn't have these 3, and a lovely friend passed the stash on to me so that I can finish all 7 now. 7. So cute. So July 4th. And I do think I have the whisper to do the beard. This is the Halloween one, and I love, look at how that broom like comes off the hoop. You'll remember I was talking about thinking that maybe they were too small, but I think you really do use the hoop right up to the stitching, especially to get that effect. And then Cupid. A Cupid? I don't know. Anyway, so thank you very, very, very much. Now I'll be able to finish all of those and finish all of them in their hoops. So probably that's going to become a 2 threads a day as well. So I'm getting ahead of myself on the 2 threads a day. So thank you, Stitchy kindness. It's very sweet. Fergus is over there, so I'm just checking. All right, so on to, this is my last part. This is just my thoughts of, sorry, I have to stretch out my leg. My thoughts. So I told you about, the stitching owl and how she takes these bigger projects and breaks them up to be different things. And I stitched this Berry Bowl sampler. When did I finish that? It's up there on my wall. I stitched this mostly during COVID. It was like my huge comfort piece. And I loved stitching these bowls. So I took this out and I'm going to stitch some of these. I'm going to stitch this one, and for sure this one because it was my favorite one to stitch. As little smalls, little summer kind of smalls. So I thought that was fun. There's so many fun things in here. And I stitched it and I had a lot of the floss left. So I should be able to reproduce those very, very easily. So thank you for that idea. I'm very excited about where that might lead. And then I also went back like I did last time and was looking through my Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine patterns and found a few more that I might stitch. So this is from the spring 20, I'm sorry, my ear is really plugged, so if I'm yelling, I really apologize. And now it's echoing into me, so I feel crazy. So this is from 2021 Spring Sub Rosa Designs Spring Bunny Pin Keep. Can you see her? So pretty. The little, the border, you can't quite tell. It's little daisies. And then she has her little polka dot dress on. So I printed that one out. Another Sub Rosa that is from, 2020 fall issue and is called Autumn Garden. Isn't that pretty? And I don't think I had ever seen that before. I think that's super gorgeous. So those are both Sub Rosa, and I will say she does give you a DMC conversion, but she mostly uses over-dyed flosses. So just so you know. You can do whatever, but just so you know. And then finally, I saw my friend Wanda, the kitchen stitcher, Wanda's Stitching Kitchen. She took these out to stitch, and I know a couple years ago everybody was stitching them. These were in the 2020 issues, so there was one in each spring, summer, fall, winter. But there are these cool etchings. The bunny, the fish, the owls, and that cardinal. And I think it was this cardinal that got everybody. But anyway, those are all by Heart and Hand Needle Art. And so I totally forgot. Like, she was stitching when I was like, oh, I should get that, because they're small. They each have 2 colors, so you can totally pick your own colors. And she was like, I think you have them. And I do. I have all 4 because of those Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So again, Sarah Stitchy Spot, she has a hashtag, Stitch Smalls from PNPS. These are perfect. They are small. They are all, are you kidding? I'm trying to see how many by how many. It just has. One, two. They're all about 50 by 50. And then they're all 2 colors, like I said. So very easy to stitch from stash. You end up with a seasonal, all 4 seasons, a little seasonal small. Great for an exchange, great for a present. So Stitch Smalls from PNPS. So I'm going to keep trying to go through those magazines and pull things out. I have been using my 2 threads a day to kind of get some smalls done while I work on these whips. But I will tell you, I have not hit a whip that I'm like, oh, I don't want this anymore. They really are. I still love these projects just as much as I used to. And if I start either the freebies or the things from the magazines, I'm not spending a lot of money on new stash. It just feels really productive right now. So anyway, that's it for me today. I've gone on and on. Like I said, I know it's becoming a little bit repetitive, but for me, it feels really productive. And that's kind of the best thing I can do. So if you stuck with me, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate you just listening to me totter on. Come here, Fergus. Fergus, come here. You guys say hi. Oh, come here. He's just wants to go outside now that it's nice outside. He's like, I want to go chase the birds and bark at the peoples and all that stuff. So he's like, can we go, please? Can we go? All right. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me, and we will get back here and we'll try and do it again. Bye.